standing in your highest potential and your greatest alignment with spirit, with your body, with your mind, with your emotions, first, some things have to be undone.
That is, I tell you, I love this. I love all this stuff. Mila, do you like all this stuff? We're talking about psychology, talking about numerology, we're talking about conditioning. Oh, I love these words. We talk about
all my favorites.
All
my favorite things.
Oh, this is like fish chips, curry sauce, and mushy peas all together on one plate. We'll everything you can ever possibly want. Yes, go for it. Okay, so human design. I know probably a few of us out there know exactly what this is, but I know what it is. My wife is heavily into this, and she's really strong with it, and I know that you two talk a lot about it.
Yes.
What is human design?
Wow. Well, human design is a system that incorporates different systems of knowledge. So it's one of the first times that you can get information from the Kabbalah. So, that's the 7 heavens and the 7 hells and the different realms, and also the information of your chakra system and how it works in conjunction with the biology of your body, how things manifest in your body. It includes the Hindu chakra system. Now, that is a very deep and amazing body of knowledge that, kind of started with the Vedas. So,
yes, Hindu Vedas, yes.
Yes. And then that includes astrology. So it's based on your birth chart. And yet it also incorporates molecular biology. So your energy systems with your magnetic field and how that interacts on the energetic and spiritual level. And it includes your design. So we're all born with a certain design, and that design is a mechanical system that basically we are born to be that. And we are born to step into the potential of our design, because then we can be in our real selves. Like we won't have to struggle and suffer all the time with the reflection that we need to change everything about ourselves. Actually, we need to own who we are. We need to love who we are. And human design helps you accept that this is how you were born to be. And it's okay. It's brilliant. You are already everything.
This is amazing. We love this. We love your energy. It is like on fire. It is so enthusiastic. And when we interview someone who's got enthusiasm, it just lifts the morning. It's fantastic.
Well, it is Monday morning.
It's Monday morning, Monday evening. Yes.
Very brave to do this Monday morning.
Yeah, it's very brave to this. Okay, so if you've never joined us before, good morning to you. This is Cafe Networking. This is the live Monday media interview that we do here. And if you would like to be interviewed one morning, then just give us a shout. We'd love to know a little bit about you and how you link with people, bring your skills onto platforms such as social media, what things you could do to enhance your business, and how getting your voice, your opinion, your trade out there, your skill set, and be able to communicate with people, how you may be able to integrate your services with someone else. Now, your work here, Life Goals Coaching, I think is phenomenal with all the subject matter that you're bringing in. I can imagine that like this system here of human design must almost take over your life, so to speak, by working with it with people, because it sounds like a vast array of knowledge all brought in an array of systems to help people.
Well, actually, it's so wonderfully designed that it kind of gives a role to everyone. So a lot of it is about being able to connect to life, connect to everything around you. But we sometimes miss that we were born to be individuals, okay? But it's being individual, but then working as a collective. So the human design not only covers that, deep self-knowledge of being in your self theme is one thing, and then being in your not self theme is another thing. And then how we work as a collective to create the world, the planet, the life and existence of nature on this planet together. We all have a certain gift, a certain way to express ourselves, and when we figure that out, and most people, well, actually everyone I've ever introduced human design to, and once they find their profile, so you get a profile, you get a chart, you get a body chart. I highly recommend anybody watching to go to the Jovian Archive. It's a website, and put your birth details in and just have a look, and you will find that you resonate so strongly. It can actually instantaneously release conditioning of years and years and years by the self-knowledge.
Now that's interesting. We talk about conditioning. We talk about conditioning and how we get into patterns of behavior, which we're taught probably by our ancestors, going down to our grandparents, going down to our parents, going down to our siblings, going down to our friendships around us, and this conditioning around us. And yet, so what you're saying is that when you look into human design, you can release a lot of this old conditioning and get into the real you.
Yes. Wow. However, it is very interesting that human design connects. So say for me, well, like for us, our human design chart comes from our grandparents. Okay, so even human design incorporates the fact that there's ancestral genetic memory and there's ancestral genetic traumas that can be held as a memory in the body. So your children will have their birth chart, their energies from your parents.
Yes, I understand that because we contain that as cellular memory, and there is, whether you call it a DNA link, a spiritual link, whether it's a fiber optic link, and there's so much of this. I mean, if we're open to the idealism of past lives, I know we're talking about let's talk about that. I want to go there. The past life. We also have the DNA from that, or the memory link, the fiber optic link, which will remember emotions or remember experiences, but the very subconscious, not conscious thoughts that come in. And so it's interesting here how this whole system, it brings this together in human design.
Like, I'm a bit jealous because I came up with most of this myself, but to find it all in a system is like, geez, like, but it makes it so user friendly. It's like it's a very modern, it's very updated and modern way that everyone can access the information that previously people might have not wanted to look at. Like, not everyone's going to look at the Kabbalah and glean knowledge from it. Not everyone is going to look at astrology and say, yep, great, that's for me. I mean, it's so comprehensive. But with human design, they've done it. I mean, Ra Uru Hu, so he's the creator of this system. I'll just say it again, Ra Uru Hu.
Yes.
And so it's quite a weird name. That's okay. It is formed from crystals of information. So if people believe in this sort of stuff or not, there are crystals of information on this planet that get activated when we all raise our vibration. And it's because it's time. It's time for us to come together as individuals in our power to create the world that we really want. We are no longer just sitting here as victims and being victimized in controlling systems where we have no free will or choice to change things. That's changed. Now is the time. Now is the time that we have all the potential, all the ability to transform ourselves, our lives, our family, our relationships, and ultimately the world. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. However, I would like to back up what you're saying. Back up what you're saying a bit, because I've heard from a lot of very strong professional people who are in the zone. In the zone, if I call it like their zone. And when I was actually having a conversation in Benidorm with Mila about this. This was going back about 2 weeks ago. and we met up there. And she said that people who are highly successful, they have a certain mindset, and they just focus on what they're going to do, and that's that, which is brilliant if we could all reach that mindset. And I must admit, when you're in it, you do feel really, really good. And these people, I must admit, these people are actually saying that they tune into a Zeitgeist, they tune into the Times, they tune into whatever it is. A lot of them now saying that a huge amount of successful, empowering people are going to emerge right now. Going to emerge right now. This is the time it's going to happen. And it's, and I think it's absolutely extraordinary. And it's what you're saying.
Yeah. If you tune into the wider, see, the earth has such a powerful consciousness. Some people perceive the earth as a Christ energy, that Christ lives inside this planet. We are a part of Christ because we eat the food of the earth, that our bodies are built with the energy of the earth. So when we tune in, then we feel a much, much higher vibrational energy than the 3D existence of the human mind, say. So the human mind, although it is a great gift, it can be a weapon until it's a tool. And we kind of need to make that adjustment with our free will. But this is the thing. The challenges are imprinting. The challenges are the conditioning. The challenges are trauma experiences. The challenges are people not being exposed to the spiritual aspect of themselves. So therefore, they may be quick to reject that power, that idea that they have something that is so much bigger than their human experience in which to expand into. Yeah.
Yes, we're talking about consciousness, which is either very logical consciousness, which sometimes has a pattern of thinking, which is a one pattern. Then you have the spiritual consciousness, or the open consciousness, which has, as Carl Jung used to say, was the reservoir of the mind, the superconscious. And yes, I agree. It is being open to that. And I mean, I must admit here, even the most logical of people must say at some point that they have picked up something before something's happened. Everybody has it. Like, for instance, they're going out on a date and they get a feeling something's not going to go right today. Something's going to go wrong.
Well, actually, I've spent my life doing my own spiritual research because as far as I could see, no one was doing it much. So almost every single person I had a conversation with for, 30 years, I would be that person who could talk about spiritual things. And in my experience and in my personal research with others, every single person has had a spiritual experience, whether it is seeing their grandmother after they passed, whether it is dreaming about something and then it coming true, whether it is going to a place and all of a sudden they just remember that they know this place somehow. It could be so many different things, but they would not admit it, say, to you or in public. They would not. So a lot of people have them, but it takes for them to meet someone who is not judging them. That's number one. Yes. Because there has been this, what would you call it, trend that being spiritual makes you a certain kind of person or puts you into a certain kind of category. So logically, people are having these experiences and then discounting them as anything, that means anything. But as soon as they're put in front of someone who gets it, who understands it, and is like, hey, did you know that is a part of your bigger, wider expansion system, that then they can't wait to tell you. They can't wait to share and be like, really? Have I touched that? Even though I don't understand it and I don't know what it is. I mean, it's really profound. They always remember these experiences. So that's what's changing on the planet. This is what is developing and growing as we connect through the internet, through Wi-Fi, as we connect through social media. You will notice on Facebook and Instagram how many people are posting positive things. and talking about their angels or their guides or their twin flame, which I also do. You know, there's a big part of Life Codes coaching, which is about past lives and twin flame. And that is because people are waking up to the extent that they're even remembering their past lives. Now, we often think, how can we deal with what happened to us in this lifetime? So you know, people are like, whoa, I can't even handle this life. Well, imagine when you start remembering all your other lives. I mean, that is a level of ignition in the body, in the memory, and in the soul to clear the wounds, to clear the trauma, to clear the karma, so that we can really, for the first time in eons and eons and eons, express our free will without the control, the conditioning, and the imprinting.
Yes, through ancestral stuff. This is very interesting. For a lot of people, this is in a particular area of their life, which if they're in a spiritual mindset, they're just going to go, wow. If we bring this into the world of networking, build of sharing businesses, sharing ideas, do you think that human design is something that can be worked in a coaching environment, for example, to help businesses, people, groups, individuals to gain a greater skill set?
Yes, I think if Carl Jung was still alive, he would he would be the human design champion, and it's because you can adapt it for business, you can adapt it for coaching, you can adapt it to almost any genre that you may wish to use it in, and that fluidity is what gives human design the edge that most of the other knowledge of systems of knowledge don't have as a standalone. With human design, it is going to be this new wave, I would say, in because it uses archetypes. So Carl Jung was very much the champion of understanding our archetypes. Well, that's in the human design system, and it helps us to understand, you know, that we do have some similarities with other people. You know, we meet some people and we just go, wow, I love you, I know you. Why? Because we have similar archetypes going on there, and archetypes work together. And they can also, you know, like trigger each other in a sense as well. So the knowledge in business today and in coaching is that we can bring to clients such a uniformed and complete system that will keep on giving and keep on enlightening and keep on giving the self-knowledge, so that people can really have that radical acceptance of who they are and just blitz it, love it, own it, be it.
Okay, I imagine that a lot of people have got a lot of questions, and I saw the post there come up from Deborah earlier on that said, I'm a reflector. Mila is, they're going to come back up again. They're going to come back up again, I think. Yeah, there it is. I'm a reflector. Mila's projector, and Irene is a manifester. Now, these are all interesting points here, and we could go into them today, but unless we actually got to understand people want to go into human design or want to look at this, they can actually, I think people need to come and have a chat with you. Now, can you work with this online?
In what format do you mean?
Like, for example, we're working online at the moment, which because a lot of technology now, and it's interesting. So I like numerology.
Me too.
It's interesting how when we look at numerology and how a majority of us were born in the 90-something, which case in our charts was 1 and 9. They all meant something. Nowadays, we were from 20 years ago, we went into the 2000s. So everything big changed, it became twos, and a different generation of people came alive. And how we communicate is changing, because the ones, unless you're born in 2011 or you're born in January or you're born in November or even December, when you had the ones there, a lot of people and the way they communicate is now changing completely. And it started year 2000, which really geared this on. 2021 is a big year. 2022, there's no ones at all. No ones for numerology. Numerology, and the ones is the way we communicate. So we're doing it differently. We're having to communicate in a new pattern. So this new pattern of communication we're coming into, which is bringing us online. And the way we communicate now by how you're feeling is not like, oh, yeah, I'm feeling great. I'm fine. I'm having a really good day. No, people send a mojo. They send a smiley face. Oh, good. I'm glad you're all right. That's it. They don't use the same expressions what they used to. And it's interesting how social media, which is also governed by a number 2, is interesting with values and beliefs. Values, beliefs, and how we're seeing people change is, can you get human design to come more onto social media so that you have clients? For instance, we know that you're over there in the wonderful part of the world. Where are you from? Australia.
I'm from Australia, down under.
And were you born there?
Yes, I
was. You're a real. So there's no Pommy in you then.
No Pommy, but I have a strange accent. So
it's
I
a
think
great
it comes
accent.
from Canberra. I was raised in Canberra, the political capital of Australia, and a North Queensland accent is quite different to mine. So.
Right. I don't see that. It's a bit like Spanish. I hear Spanish accents, but I couldn't tell the difference between North Spanish and South Spanish. And you're saying, but I can hear it in England. Someone who's in the north of the country, Wyoming, to speaking to someone who's, all right, mate, who's from London.
Yeah. Like North Queensland's a bit like, hey, mate. Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's great, mate. Like, yeah. And they say, poo, and things like that. So. That's a really bad. I'm sorry, everybody in Australia. I did not do you justice. Please forgive me.
No more ever. I can see Australia has just gone nil point.
Yeah, get her up. Yes. So no, human design is very adaptable, and if people want to go deeper into their codes. So the reason why I called life codes coaching is because, accessing your codes and removing old codes is really how, you can reach that health and happiness and abundance. So human design is definitely something that if people want to go deeper, then they can reach out to people like me and other people who do human design, and it will assist them in a very quick spiritual, emotional, even logical mind. It can be just mind if you want, growth of their own awareness. Yeah.
Okay. It sounds interesting. Sounds so interesting. Okay. So Mila, have you got any questions?
I'm just laughing at the comments that are coming in. They're teasing us about the accents. I did not do any accents yet, so just
yeah, I hear you.
We'll leave that out. We'll leave that out. Yes, we'll just do the social media bit and send in mojos and smiley faces.
Exactly. Yes. Much safer, right? As you know, Irene, I love human design ever since you spoke to me about it. Now, could you just give a brief analysis so that people understand why is human design so useful, especially when you're thinking of starting a new project, becoming a business owner, and the types like Deborah was saying. I'm a projector. Phil is a reflector, which is one of the least common types, the rarest.
1%.
1%. You are a manifestor?
Yes, and I'm a manifestor. They're around about 8 to 9% of the population. So
and Deborah is a generator.
She's a generator. Wow, and you can tell she's a generator. So generators are fabulous. They have a very high energy and they can produce work and really contribute. And they're the builders of our society. They contribute so much. The rest of us could not make the world turn as the generators do. So we're very thankful to them. And in the 5 personality types, like Phil, he's a reflector. That's only 1% of the population who have that design. And you as a projectionist, Mila, means that you're here to guide people, you know. So you've got a design where you can look at things in not just a little, you know, this is the project that we're doing, but also in a much bigger picture, including the detail and including the challenges and things that might come up. And you're not disturbed by that you have the system and the design to look at that with an even keel and keep the balance and not allow, you know, other things to upset that perception that you hold in your design, so that you can guide other people when they're losing their way, when they don't know what to do. Like generators might sometimes, you know, be a little bit like, what do I do next? What do I work on next? Where do I invest, you know, what I want to give? And for generators, they really want to feel satisfied, you know, satisfied with what they're contributing. And, you know, for projectionists, because they are here to guide, and so this is why it's so great in business, is that you guys resonate when you're in your true self as success. So every business project, you want a projectionist on there who can help lead the team and guide everyone to that success. That's a quick example.
I love this comment has come up. It looks like I just have a great time. Anyway, Irene, you manifest. Mila, you project and organise. Phil, you swan about reflecting. I get all wings and start swanning. I will just generate the work. This is hilarious. Okay, hang on now. I feel very targeted here that I just swan about. I don't.
But the thing is that, Phil, you are the one that works well with all of us.
Yes.
So that's
yes.
the good thing.
Yes, thank you very much. I feel better now. This swanning around is obviously quite a good thing. I'm needed in various departments here to link everybody and saying, do you know what the manifestors are saying to the reflectors? So to the projection is? Yeah.
That's right.
Yes.
And I see the reflectors as the guardians, okay? They're like the ones that are kind of here who like Mila says, can get along with everyone, can kind of understand and reflect back to anybody that they are worthy, that they can be understood, that they can be received by a reflector, and there's no kind of main energy dynamic in the design that will cause conflict. So, you know, Phil, you are really, you know, one of the 1% who are here as a guardian. So, you know,
yes, I feel like that.
You integrate with each and every other type, which is useful.
Now, why is there only 1% of us?
Well, can you imagine if there was like 10% that were guardians, you know, like because the earth, the human, you know, earth part of the design, because I mean it's mostly based on the human design, of course, but it's because there's a balance to it. So we couldn't have all generators, right? Because generators are great at working, but then their design is not built to go and be creative and spontaneously you know, innovate and initiate, because their design is to.
We lost.
Oh, we're just freezing a little bit. I'm sure it'll come back on in just a minute. Doesn't worry. Okay, this is so interesting this morning, guys. So interesting. Well, we're just coming back on now, I think. Slowly coming back. We got. I think the internet. I think internet pigeon went that way rather than that way. It's just its direction a little bit. Yeah, not to worry. Okay. Right. Okay, guys, it's so interesting. Deborah, thank you very much for your comments. They're fantastic. Yes, I think Deborah is a brilliant generator. And I must admit, I enjoy reflecting, bouncing around everybody and meeting everybody. So it's brilliant. Yes, you'll probably come back on in a minute. Okay, right. I think this is... Hello. We're back. Good. We lost you just for a moment then.
A reflector here. Oh, how wonderful. We've got another reflector watching. Is that true? Oh, bless. Oh, I love reflectors. Oh, big hugs. Thanks for being a guardian.
Thank you very much. That's right. No problem. Yes.
We lost you before when you were explaining about, in that little section, you were explaining something and we lost all internet connection.
Oh,
If you could
no.
repeat it,
Don't
please.
worry, don't worry. Okay, so psychology. So you, the psychology degree that you did. Do you feel that having a psychology degree works in this pattern to be able to help you?
Entirely.
Brilliant.
I mean, I'm a little bit of a manifestor when it comes to learning from institutions. So I found I was challenging the information maybe more than others would. But
Okay.
that is part of the journey, because some of the psychology, what they're teaching is quite dusty information that could be revitalized now that we know a lot more about consciousness, and that we're not just our body and our minds. You know, we don't just live on this flat existence where we just so for me, I found some of the information was quite contained and quite controlled in what they were trying to teach people, but the background of it and the insight into the theories and the history and the different perspectives of behavior and cognitive, behavioral science, all of that is, of course, very relevant, and it does tie into other systems of knowledge. And for me, as a spiritual person, who has, had many spiritual phenomenons happen in my life and many spiritual crises as well, it meant that, I really moved into that field of the mainstream psychology, so that I could, connect and teach and coach people who, are from all different backgrounds and all different cultures and all different beliefs, because not everyone is going to believe what you do. So I believe in crossing those bridges for people, making it easier so that I can connect with them and lead them from point A to point B, no matter who they are, and with no judgment about anything.
Well, that's a big thing. Having no judgment. That's a big thing.
Yes.
Yes. This is absolutely fascinating this morning. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. Those who joined us there. And we're talking human design this morning. We're talking about coaching, talking about psychology. We're talking about networking. Okay. So how can Cafe Networking help you?
Ooh, well, certainly doing things like this is pushing me out of my little safety comfort zone. So that's always
a good thing to
good for me.
Always a good thing to do.
I'm not the most coming forwards in moving backwards. You know what
Well,
I mean?
if you don't mind me saying, just a small
on that.
Just a small observation. It was one observation here. I think you've done most of the talking.
Well, yeah, probably. Yeah, I did prepare a lot for this. I really
that's fantastic. Preparation is great. Preparation is great. So, yes, how can we help you?
Well, I suppose by allowing me to share the knowledge and the systems that because really why I'm doing all this is because I've had a great desire all my life to be helpful, to assist people when you experience and see so much suffering and so much pain. You get a great desire to assist others to not have to suffer, and also to release yourself from that. And it's very, it's still very predominant in our society that we are walking around and we don't all have the tools. So I believe that we're here to share and give each other tools. And in that way, and so in that way, you can help me by, sharing, you share your tools and your knowledge, which is so beautiful, and your skill set, Mila. And in that way, I hope I can also give back and serve in a way too.
We just got a comment here. Sharing is caring and collaboration is so important. Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I think that's lovely. Yes, I think that's from Deborah. Thank you very much. Now, Mila, any other ideas there? Any other thoughts?
The big thing is that Irene, she is at the moment busy with something for the next couple of weeks, I do believe. But shortly, you will be explaining in detail in the group. You'll have a day and a time when you decide, where you will explain each of the characteristics of each of the human design types.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That'd be amazing.
This will be an awesome opportunity for people to check the Jovian archive that I've already put the link in.
Yeah.
Okay. Find out what the design is. And since it is a little complicated, because I know that from when I checked mine, I was like, what's all that graphics and whatever?
It is overwhelming. It can be overwhelming when you first look at it to get your head around. So it is great to have a guide or a coach that can facilitate that deeper understanding.
Yes, because I can imagine that it's a new thing. People just get into this. They get all this information about themselves. It's like, what? And trying to decode, decipher, and put into easier understanding or layman's language, I think is quite an important thing.
Call us interpreters. You could call me an interpreter.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you'll be able to discuss with the people that watch the videos what each type is, and they will be able to send you questions so that you will be able to answer their questions on their human design type. So that is the big thing that's going to be in this group, and it will be a great way of showcasing your knowledge and getting more people to understand why you really have chosen life coaching and human design.
Yes. I think it's so interesting, this is, and I can see a lot of people wanted to get more, find out more about this. And yes, I say here, Rennie, just keep posting your information in the groups, and maybe there's people there in the groups who want to link with you, and who could, where you're aiming on a similar target audience, like we do. We're set. I mean, it's definitely on a similar target audience. Yes. Okay. Okay, when I discovered my personality type generator with a 5-1 profile, I had a aha moment.
Yeah, 5-1 profile. Yes, definitely. That's a very powerful profile. So I'm not surprised. You would have loved it. Quickly, I wanted to say that at the moment on my website, you can book a twin flame coaching session. That's one of the things I still have up at the moment. And, that is another big area that we could do another show on, because I still have people reaching out all the time. And it is something that a guide in that is also very helpful. But leading in, so as Mila said, I've got something happening in the next 2 to 3 weeks or so. So in that time, I'm setting up the website to have that Life Codes coaching incorporating human design session. So it might be a little bit of a wait, but it will be worth the wait. And I just wanted to say that I also incorporate Dr. Bradley's emotional code. I worked with Christian Panhurst. He does heart intelligence. I've studied with Esther and Jerry Hicks, including going on a cruise with them. And of course, did my Angel Intuitive certification with Doreen Virtue, and it was mentored by Leon Naxon once from Hay House, and he was a great spiritual guide, and he does dream work. So I'm also very familiar in lots of different areas of health and healing, and that's why Life Codes Coaching is the name, because there's many different codes of system of knowledge. And human design. And so human design is definitely one of the big leading ones, but it's funny because all that information that's in there is kind of reflected in the other ones that I have experienced and studied previously to finding human design myself.
Everything's connected.
It's extraordinary. It's extraordinary. I can see everybody, you're going to do exceptionally well with all that information there that you've got to offer people, and how we could benefit for your type of work. That thing is extraordinary, and I think It's interesting. Yes, absolutely fascinating. I'm sure actually as well that in the future there with the different codes that you work with, there'll be sessions that we'd love to invite you on to talk about those different parts. And I'm sure they'll go on this morning for almost a good hour talking about the different codes. It's brilliant.
Exactly. No, thank you so much, Irene.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mila. Thank you so much. You're just so wonderful.
Brilliant.
Thank you for supporting me and just having this show so that, you know, there's lots of people out there where you know, we don't really get to showcase or discuss some of the things that are important about the work that we do. And it's wonderful to be able to reach people and inform them so we can serve people better ultimately. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely lovely. Absolutely lovely. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Have a lovely day. And Mila, thank you very much for setting up the show. And thank you very much to everybody else out there who's joined us. And from us here in Spain, a warm, big, hearty hug and wish from to you down there in Australia. And please give warm regards to and good wishes to everybody who are down there who may know of us, and also to your friends and family as well. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Rene. Have a good night that you're going to sleep now.
Wow. Do you have a little astrology meet later on tonight? I'm not sure.
We do. Oh, yes, we do.
Yeah, excellent. We're all busy sharing and caring. So
we are busy.
Exactly.
We are busy.
Have a great evening and talk to you soon.
Take care.
Yes, very much.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Bill.